Oh yeah, Stacy, haven't you heard about the new Mazda 6 sedan? We've been hearing about that for a while, Elena. No, Stacy, it doesn't stop there. Toyota has a coupe coming as well. Ah! My daughters leave toys littered throughout my office on a daily basis, so that's what I have today for my inventory. Mazda 6 sedan revival. We're going to talk about that today. Also, news on Toyota Crown Coupe and Convertible. That's coming out of Japan. We have a lot to talk about just with those two vehicles. We have more to discuss. Let's get into it. Grab your snacks and drinks and let's have some fun. Our source is good old Best Car Web. They're the most accurate in my findings out of the scoop sites from Japan and scoop magazines. We have Mazda 6, we're talking Prius, we're talking Crown, we have a lot to discuss, new Lexus IS as well. They're saying Mazda 6 scheduled to appear winter of 2022. We'll see about that. Mazda's really focused on SUVs. They haven't even revealed the CX-70 and CX-90 or the CX-80 for Europe or Asia. So I'm finding that one hard to believe, but we'll get into that too. Prius is scheduled to appear February 2023. That makes a lot of sense to me. Next, FR Crown. Yes, FR Crown. I'm not talking about the coupe here. I'm talking about a sedan, front engine, rear wheel drive like the traditional Crowns. And that's scheduled to appear at the end of 2023. And then we'll also talk about the IS just briefly here at the end of this video. Now we got some new renders of the Mazda 6. If it looks like this, hell to the yes. I mean, it's sad to see the Mazda 6 go is discontinued last year, 2 years ago at this point. And man, if it looks like this, which looks a little bit CX-60, it's okay. It's not quite as clown shoe as the front end of that vehicle, but the rest of it looks a little bit Toyota Mirai, and that is a gorgeous looking sedan. So Mazda, bring it. I mean, you don't have to have like 22-inch wheels like this render has. We also have an image of the back. Here we go. Check this out. We have dual exhaust here. No light bar, just real squished rear tail lights. Looks pretty good from this angle as well. So Mazda, if you can make it look this good, welcome back Mazda 6. They're saying, of course, it is going to use the same front engine rear wheel drive setup as the Mazda CX-60 that just debuted for other parts of the world. Again, we're getting the 70 variant that's a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, and it will be four-wheel drive standard from the sounds of it, even though it's rear-wheel drive bias. I'll say the powertrains are the same. So we'll have an inline 4, 2.5 liter gasoline naturally aspirated option, while the inline 6s, and then they're saying inline 6 and 3.3 liter turbos each individually, plus mild hybrids attached to all that. So we could go really deep down the rabbit hole with this one, but I think for America, the best fits would be turbo 4-cylinder. Don't know if they would do it because the CX-60 doesn't have that, but we don't know exactly what the CX-70 is going to have. A hybrid would be great. Turbo 4, so 2.5 liter turbo with the 250 horse and 320 pound-feet of torque. That would be great. They tried the true, the Skyactiv G turbo, but also the inline 6 turbo, which hasn't been officially revealed, but from excellent sources from Automotive News and out of Japan, pretty much confirmed the new inline 6 having a turbo variant. So that would be cool. Maybe they have a 48 volt mild hybrid non-turbo version of it coming to the United States as well. So don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole with powertrains for Mazda and the Mazda 6, just because even though Best Car Web is saying we're supposed to see this vehicle appear in the winter of 2022, I just don't think so. I think we're probably a year or two out from having a new Mazda 6. And you know, some people say the new Mazda 6 isn't happening at all. I don't believe that. Crossovers are the priority. So they want to get their crossovers out, and then the Mazda 6 will probably have some sort of priority after that. Maybe a coupe model as well. We're hearing a new Mazda coupe, which would pretty much be just a coupe version of this. So why would they have a coupe and not a sedan if it's going to be based off the same platform and share a lot of the same bits and bobs? You know, that doesn't make any sense because sedans, while not selling great compared to crossovers, they sell a hell of a lot better than coupes. They're saying also have kinematic posture control, which uses the braking to help corner the vehicle, minimize body roll. Check out my Mazda 2022 MX-5 review. It feels great. Mazda, anyways, don't want to go too far off that. I'm trying to stay focused today. It's not easy to do because we have so much to talk about. It will have a new Mazda co-pilot system. And they're saying, you know, if the driver is incoherent, it will pull the vehicle over to the side of the road. Toyota's been working on this too, so it wouldn't surprise me if it shares a lot with Toyota's like teammate system, for example. Before we get into the Prius, we're going to talk about what the heck, a new Mazda Coupe. So we're going to open up this edition of the Best Cars magazine. And you can see this Toyota Coupe right here in the front and a convertible version. So let's get into these scans. The magazine starts with this little K car EV from Mitsubishi. Again, we'll never see this unless it's like 25 years from now here in the United States. Who knows how good that battery pack is going to be. So I didn't go through wasting my time trying to figure out the translations for this. So it's pretty cool. Battery electric version, whatever, tiny. Now the high ace, again, we don't get the high ace here. We don't have anything like this vehicle in the United States, unfortunately. But I did go through the pain of translating it. There's not a lot here. All they're saying that there's going to be a battery electric version of the high ace using the ETNGA platform in 2025. It'll be sold alongside the gasoline version of the normal H200 high ace that is available in Japan. But let's get to the guns here. Let's get to this coupe. Holy cow, is this thing gorgeous. We have the side grille here that we kind of are taking from the Crown sedan. We also have this front end that's kind of modified from the Crown Sport and maybe the normal Crown that we're getting here in the United States. We have a little side grille here at the bottom, and yes, two doors. Two doors on a Toyota that's not a GR product. This is not going to be a GR product. This is going to be more of a luxury product, not a sports car. So the rear end looks phenomenal as well, maybe even better than the front. The front looks a little stubby to me. The back end looks a little bit more sharp. Again, no surprise with the light bar there. Crown typed out into the lift back. It's probably a sedan or, you know, a coupe without a lift back. If that, it's not a 3-door, it's a 2-door. Hopefully I'm making sense there. And then they're saying that there's a convertible version. So here we go. What is all this Japanese translated into English saying? Well, the headline is saying, new Crown Coupe, it's breaking the stronghold of the European luxury 3. So Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and of course Audi. And so this is the 5th body style, and it's aimed for overseas. Doesn't mean it's not going to come for Japan, but coupes don't sell as well there as they do in Europe and in North America, and they still don't sell well here stateside. But I do see a good amount of European coupes in my area. So that kind of summarizes the headline on the right-hand side. They're saying that the normal Crowns, we have 4 of them. There's the sport model, which could very well be a battery electric vehicle. There's the sedan, which they're saying could very well get a fuel cell version of it. And at that point, what's the point of the Mirai? So Mirai probably goes by the wayside, would be my guess, as the Crown fuel cell vehicle kind of takes over that role, which makes sense. For America, which is also called the crossover version in Japan, super confusing. There's the traditional sedan, which we'll talk more about here after we go through this coupe stuff. There's the sport model, which I mentioned, and then there's the Estate, which is kind of like a Subaru Outback sort of lifted wagon thing. But there are 5 bodies now entering, well, it's arguably 6 when they make, if they make a convertible version of this coupe as well. Now they're saying that this is not the first time we've seen a Crown Coupe. It looks like there was one in the 3rd gen and 6th gen. I haven't done my research, but I'll put it in as B-roll if I do find them. And they're saying that the 4 models that were unveiled with Akio Toyota will come in by, well, they'll start this year at the end of 2022, of course, and stay tuned. I will be driving the new Crown by the end of this year. Can't wait to share that with you. And then by the end of 2024, all 4 of those initial Crowns will be out. And they're saying, depending on the market, by 2025, this coupe and convertible will come out. So they're going to play the market with this Crown experiment to see how well they're doing globally. And if it's doing well, probably the Crown is on the menu. Sorry, the Crown Coupe is on the menu. They're also saying that it's 4,900 millimeters, which is roughly the same length, by the way, which is the same as the E-Class Coupe. And it is going to use what we have on the Hybrid Max, the 2.4 liter turbo engine that has the E-axle in the rear, kind of like the RX 500H. That has like 367 horsepower and a little over 400 pound-feet of torque. It's a little bit less in the Crown, so 340, 350 horsepower or so from that turbo hybrid setup. That's what we're expecting to see here in this Crown Coupe. Now, since we're on the topic of Crown, they're saying that the sedan version that Akio Toyota showed off, well, the sedan version for Japan anyways, not our weird little lifted Subaru Legacy sedan sort of thing, which I saw one recently. I took some pictures of it, but that's pretty much what the Crown is with a more slopey roofline. The more traditional sedan that Japan is getting, they're saying it is going to be front engine rear wheel drive to fall in line with the tradition that is the Crown is front engine rear wheel drive. They're saying it's going to be built off the L platform, so no different than what we currently have with the 15th generation Crown. I believe that's what we're on, and we're going into the 16th generation. And if that's the case, the powertrains are a little bit more of a mystery, because I don't know if they're going to reuse the outgoing powertrains like the V6 hybrid, or they're going to switch to a new rear wheel drive based powertrain setup with a turbo 4 with a new hybrid and rear wheel drive. It's really hard to say, but again, the chances of us getting this vehicle are very, very slim, I would say. Maybe we get something similar with a Lexus badge, but I think the estate version, the sports battery electric version, those are more likely to come to America, and probably the Coupe over the more traditional Crown front engine rear wheel drive. Okay, so we need to move on to Toyota Prius. It's scheduled to appear in February of 2023. It's been delayed, by the way. I think it was supposed to come out by the end of 2022. It keeps getting pushed back. They're saying it is going to be, of course, on the GAC platform. It was the first vehicle ever on a TNGA platform, this 4th generation Prius. 5th generation, of course, they're staying with the C platform, just modernizing it a little bit. In order to rejuvenate the model, since Toyota has hybridized everything, so the Prius is less relevant than ever, but they're saying that they're going to make it more of a sporty 4-door coupe because of the unpopularity of the current model. They say it looks sporty, but really it's still about fuel efficiency. And they're saying it's equipped with a hybrid system newly developed for the Noah, the Voxy, this 5th generation hybrid system, which it's still supposed to use a 1.8 liter, but if the current Prius gets around 50 to 55 miles per gallon, expect this to get 55 to 60 miles per gallon. And finishing up with the Lexus IS, I've already made a video on this with the amazing renders that Best Car came out with. But this vehicle still, they're just kind of confirming what we already have been hearing about this Lexus IS. Pure EV in 2025, a battery electric vehicle. They're saying that it will be a station wagon. Well, we'll just call it like a 5-door or a wagon version. Station wagon in American terms means like really long and boaty. This is more of like a sport wagon sort of situation. And they saying the wagon is necessary to fight the German 3. I agree with that. They're saying it uses eTNGA platform as the BZ4X and Lexus RZ, which I don't think we've heard this information yet. What that's telling me is that this vehicle is not going to be using solid-state batteries, and it would be way too early in 2025 for it to use solid-state batteries. And they're saying due to packaging issues that it is going to be a 4-wheel drive. Again, don't know if that will be standard or not. And they're saying that the possibility that the rear wheels will be equipped with independent motors to the left and the right. In that case, it will be 3 motors. So in the rear axle, you'll have true torque vectoring with independent electric motors. Time will tell on that one, but we're getting closer, and I think I need to wrap it up because there's just been so much information. My brain's a little bit foggy at this point, but we have the Mazda 6 saying, well, Japan's saying that it's coming out or at least being revealed by the end of 2022 or winter of 2022. So that could be early 2023. Again, not enough information there. And again, I'm not expecting it to come out this soon. But the fact that Japan's talking about it, to me, means this vehicle is far from dead, and it is still a part of what's coming for Mazda, as well as a coupe. We have the coupe version of the Crown. Fingers crossed we see it, because it's been since 2008 since we've seen the Solara. Rest in peace, front-wheel drive V6 burnout machine, right? It's pretty much a grandma grocery getter down here in South Florida, but man, that thing has some balls. I raced a friend of mine. She had a Solara V6, of course, and I was in my MX-5, and I got completely roasted in my NA Miata, of course, right? But again, around a track, I'd stand a better chance, but off the line, the Miata got dusted by that Solara. That thing is quick. New Prius coming very soon. we're within like 6 months of a new Prius, I would say, hearing more about it. And then good old Lexus IS going fully battery electric makes a ton of sense to me, especially in parts of the world the IS can't even be sold due to safety reasons in Australia, parts of Europe, emissions reasons as well. But I'm gonna end there, guys. Lots of Japanese fed news today, and I'm loving it. Subscribe for more if you're into this sort of rumor mill coming out of Japan. Gets me excited, gets my spider tinglies tingling, and I'm gonna end it there. Have a great day, take care of yourselves, and peace out.